Hi, everybody. I'm a big old cat. I'm the king here. Today, we're going to talk about some yummy baked goods. I swear. Hi, everybody. Hang on. I got a message, so it might be Lela. Today, we are going to be talking with Lela Tyler Weeks from Homemade by LaLa. And I'm just waiting to see where she is. So today we're doing Feature Friday. This is our maiden voyage of Feature Friday. And as soon as Lela gets there we go. We got good volume. So today, so we got good volume. All right. So maiden voyage of Feature Friday. I'm just waiting on Lela to show up. So I'm going to just do a little history on Lela herself. Lela and I worked together at Disney. How many years ago was that? Eek. 2013, 2014 was when I left. So like 6 years ago, almost 7 years ago now at this point. She was a baker at Riverside, where I was working as a cook. And that's how Lela and I had met. I'm going to be on her, so I'm going to need a beating. It says she's on. Hang on. But where are you? I do not see you, Lela.
¿Dónde estás?
Hang on 1 second, Lela. Technical difficulty. Yeah. Really, you two? Now they're going to battle. While I'm dealing with these technical difficulties, this is weird because it's not showing. Okay, well, it's. All right. StreamYard, stop being a jerk face. Because I can't see you. Because normally she would be here on the thing. Note to self.
Hi, guys.
Note to self. Do test before going live. Yet again. La la la. Yeah, I should definitely have done this like do, 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 do. Um, so while we're getting these technical difficulties, why don't you tell everybody about Leela's jam?
What was the
Strawberry.
The strawberry. Yeah, it was really good. Very delicious. And I'm not really fond of too many sweet things, so it was just perfect. It wasn't.
She didn't put her display name in. Aha! There she is. I hear the beep. Add to stream. There she is.
Hello.
Hi. So I gave an introduction, and here she is. So this is Lela from Homemade by LaLa,
Yes.
which took a little time for me to make that little display graphic. Because I kept forgetting that it's 2 capital L's.
Well, it's totally fine. I had a brain fart and forgot to pay my rent, so I'm trying to pay that too.
Oh, okay.
So ignore me for being a hot mess. So, oh shoot! I think I did that wrong. Oh, fart. Dead gum.
Uh-oh.
Anywho,
Make sure we're not getting any feedback.
Yeah, true.
this is what I get for multitasking.
All right, so actually, I have a way to do this. I have a way to do this. Haha! I'm gonna switch to headphones to make sure that I don't.
Yes. Don't get any of the feedback or any, yeah. Ta-da!
So, here we are on headphones. Now I can hear Lela, and I don't have to worry about Lela giving any feedback. Because
That's what I get for being a dum dum and forgetting to pay my rent.
That's all right. Don't worry about that.
It's due like super early in the day, and so I just had a derp moment. So
make sure over here I can do it.
Yeah, they changed what our rent was actually due by when we switched companies. Like they switched companies in January last year.
Oh yeah, ours is switched
And,
so many different times. It's not even funny.
Yeah, so when they changed it, it was like really weird because it was like, well, now you're late if it's 3 days out instead of 5 days out, which makes the planning kind of weird, especially
they just
this
changed
year.
the time that ours was due.
Like time of day?
Yeah, so now it's due at like 6 o'clock instead of, midnight. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real weird.
Yeah, ours, they haven't done that to us yet.
Well, I figure people were trying to like wait until the last minute because I'm people. So.
Well, in retrospect, when rent falls on like for us, when we get paid, when rent falls on a Wednesday, the later you pay, it hits the bank the next day, and you don't get the late fee if just in case you are paycheck to paycheck. I mean, to be fair, it's a strategy that helps people who are tight on money.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing. It's just, it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that people who are old poor like me, we know how to do, just because it's how you get away with not having enough money to pay your bills until it's too late to pay your bills.
Correct. Story of my life since quarantine hit, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's same here. I mean, I'd gotten out of that hole a long time ago, and then when I found myself back in it, it's like an old shoe with the hole at the bottom of it. It sucks, but it fits well. I can do it.
Yeah, and we're all just walking around in one big puddle. So.
Yep. Everybody's getting a little wet. All right, so you're in Florida. You're in Central Florida, and you do actual personal delivery on your product. As far as like mail delivery is concerned, is that out of the question for most of it, or just?
It depends. Any of my jams can be shipped. It depends on what kind of baked goods. Like my banana bread can absolutely be shipped. Cinnamon rolls, no, just because they have the cream cheese icing, which does need to be refrigerated, and by the time they get there, it'll be stale. So they just wouldn't be as good. I could do it, but it wouldn't be as good, so the quality suffers. But everything else pretty much is shippable. So that's, but especially the jams, those are definitely
absolutely
shippable.
Yeah, jams are absolutely shippable. I mean, it's in a glass jar already. Oh, buddy.
So, I try to get the cheapest rate of shipping that I can, because I mean, I don't want to have to charge you any more than I need to. But sometimes it just happens that shipping's a little more expensive, because it also depends on where it's going.
Yeah, so. Weight and where it's going, and there's only so much you can do as far as cutting weight on a jam. I mean, maybe you could, instead of using a glass jar, cryovac it.
Maybe
vacuum seal it. It would seal it, and B, it would be lighter. I mean, but we can talk about that some other time. Let's talk about your stuff. Talking about food all the time.
Always.
So you have your Facebook page and you have your Instagram. Is it your personal Instagram or is it an Instagram?
No, it's a Homemade by LaLa Instagram. I'm terrible at Instagram for myself, but I really am. I forget about it half the time. So I'm better at it for Homemade by LaLa than I am for me. I think the last thing I posted on my personal Instagram was a picture of my dog a year and a half ago. So I'm really bad about Instagram, but I try to do better. Cause I know a lot of people, that's their main, focus as far as social media goes.
Right. Well, it's an easier, template to work with on a phone. That's the main focus of it.
Yeah.
So the Instagram is at Homemade by LaLa. So if they search Homemade by LaLa, they're gonna find you. Yes. And then the Facebook page obviously is Homemade by LaLa, and my cat is being the big giant jerk face. So we have a question actually. Vince here wants to know where about you are from, because he thinks your accent is adorable.
I am from North Alabama.
To be fair, Vince is from Arkansas, and he has a very similar sort of accent. So I've actually heard Vince's voice on a number of occasions. So there's that. Now, aside jellies and jams, you had put that you do salsas, pickles, and then there's other things like kitchen decor and what have you. Do you want to talk a little bit more about the outside of the food stuff?
So the kitchen decor, they're called kitchen boas for now. I have big plans, but I'm one person for now. But right now they're called kitchen boas, and it's basically a dish towel you wear around your neck. When I am in the kitchen, I always have a towel on my shoulder. But every time, I open the oven or something like that, it falls off of my shoulder. So I was actually watching a lady, her name's Brenda Gant, and she's from Alabama too. She has a Facebook page called Cooking with Brenda Gant, and she had one on. And so I asked my great aunt, who is a wonderful seamstress and quilter lady and everything, like how you would go about making one. And so she sent me a pattern and she kind of walked me through it. And I really just kind of fell in love with the simplicity of them. I don't make the towels themselves. I do get them from other stores. But eventually I could make my own towels. But it's just got a piece of fabric around, between the two towels, and you just hang it around your neck, and then you can use it to dry your dishes, wash your hands, whatever you want to do. So I really like those. And eventually we will get into more expanded things like makeup bags or anything like that. Like I said, I have big plans. I'm one person.
Yeah.
So.
I feel that. I think a lot of us, we when we start branching out, especially in like our own business, we go, oh, and I can do this and I can do that. So we really got to pick one that we got to focus on, and then once that starts to succeed on its own, then we can start looking at the other things like in depth. I got a lot of things on the idea board, and I think I think I'm pretty much in the same boat. I'm just one person, but I've got my fingers in a lot of things. So I think it's pretty obvious, buddy, how he's being a nuisance. I think it's pretty obvious how you fill the market need. It's a locally owned business that shops local, so it enriches like the economy in your local area, and fresh, homemade, no big giant chemical preservatives and stuff like that, and all that good stuff. Do you get like when you do like blueberries and stuff like that, are you like picking them from the fields, or are you just?
Usually, yes. I usually get them from Southern Hills Blueberries up in Claremont, and up in Claremont. And up until this year, I would go and actually pick them myself because I really enjoy that. But this year, because of COVID, they were just drive-through. So I would go, I'd pick up my blueberries, and I'd leave. But usually I make like a whole like morning of it and go pick the blueberries, or have something from their little gift shop, or their blueberry lemonade, or something from one of their food trucks or something like that.
Blueberry lemonade.
It's delicious. If you haven't had it, you should. But they're a local family farm, and their blueberries are just super delicious. And usually I usually eat one off the bush and throw one in the bucket, so it works, and they're okay with that. But they're just a really cool family farm. It's a huge area. In the fall, I think they have like a pumpkin patch and like sunflowers, and it's really cool. So you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody here in Florida, go to, what was the name?
Southern Hills Blueberry Farm in Claremont.
Southern Hills Blueberry Farm. Wanted to make sure I said it right before I. So tell everybody about Lela.
Well, there's not really much to tell. I'm a little bit of a hot mess all the time. Really and truly, I wish I wasn't, but I am. So it is what it is. I moved down here 9 9 years and a few months ago. June will be 10 years with Disney. And so I moved down here to work for Disney. Love it. Started culinary, wanted to be in the bakery. So the chefs that I had at Port Orleans, they helped me make that happen. So I've been in pastry for the last 8-ish years. And I really just love it. I've loved the company. I've been a fan of Disney since I was born, basically. My first trip was when I was 2 years old. So I've been a really big, Disney's been a huge part of my life. And I've met so many different people from so many different places in the world that I wouldn't have if I really had worked anywhere else. But that is, we were all quarantined in March, and I got bored very easily. And decided that making jam sounded like fun. It's also the story of my life. I'm going to go to culinary school. Sounds like fun. I'm going to do this. It sounds like fun. You're going to see it written on my tombstone one day.
It sounds like fun.
Sounds like fun. This is how she died, because it sounded like fun. Well, you're probably right. I did get married in January, so what a year, man.
Yeah.
What a year.
I think Brendan owes you like a 5-year wedding anniversary gift next year,
Right.
This coming year, because this year's been like 5 years.
It really has, but it's also flown by. So the marriage part has flown by. The COVID can go die. I don't care. Over it. But I'm an aunt. I have 6 nieces and nephews. They were actually just here not long ago, and they had a great time. So I have 2 dogs actually behaving, which makes me very nervous. So we'll see.
So oddly enough, you kind of went straight into the second question, that the follow up to this, about what made you think of entering the market. Obviously, is because you're sitting at home because of Corona. So you're back to work now, right?
Yeah.
Over at Poly?
No, Magic.
No? You're at Magic Kingdom?
Yeah, Magic Kingdom.
Where at Magic Kingdom?
Production Bakery.
Ah, so by Tomorrowland, right?
That one and Be Our Guest.
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Dude, seriously, stop that. Yeah, he's just been a handful this afternoon. So I just don't know what's going on with him. Here he comes again. I'm just trying to keep him from stepping on the keyboard and making it weird. So you're basically doing main production, or you doing the tarts and stuff like that, or we're not doing the dessert party anymore, are we?
No, we're not doing the dessert party, but I did before we were quarantined. I did do some of the dessert party stuff, but we're doing all the restaurant desserts, the Christmas desserts. So yeah, it's a good time. I really enjoy it. We've got some good leaders over there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, when I was over at Magic Kingdom, I was at Main Street North, and I worked in the bakery when we used to own it.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to do all the stand stuff, all of the brownies, the cookies for stands, and everything for Main Street North Bakery. That doesn't.
That's us.
That's Starbucks now.
Yeah. We still do the brownies and the cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, those are monstrous. We used to go through almost a pallet a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was insane.
Definitely slowed down, but
yeah, I bet. I mean, granted, the closing capacity pre-COVID, I think, was 25,000 more people
probably
than it was when I was there, because it was a century ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, it was where I was before I met you.
Well,
That's I left Port Orleans as steward and came back as a cook one.
That's awesome.
It was weird.
I actually saw one of our stewards the other day. He's with us now, as a steward. But yeah.
Yeah. I actually haven't seen any of the stewards I've worked with prior to being at Riviera.
Yeah.
Yeah, like none of them.
Wow.
And I've worked with stewards that have been with the company like 20 some odd years, 30 some odd years, because, you know, it's what they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of them came to Riviera, which I understand. It's hard work there. It's really difficult. They expect like 600 people's worth of table service and 2,000 quick service. That's not really quick service.
Yeah.
And all the dishes to be washed for it by like 7 people a day. It's
thanks.
We have less staff than Port Orleans, and they're expected to do twice the work. But that's the same with us. Like our numbers when we closed were 800 a night for a signature restaurant. That doesn't seat a quarter of that. So we basically were like windmilling people in and out of that restaurant all night long.
Oh yeah. So that I've heard really good things about that restaurant though.
Well, you know, the food's great.
Really good things about it.
The view is really nice too.
I've heard that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, you don't understand how big Disney is until you see it from like way on high.
Yeah.
And the restaurant's up on the 10th floor. You go out there and you see all the way over there. That's Epcot. All the way over there. That's Hollywood Studios.
Well, my family and I stayed at Pop Century, so we caught the Skyliner.
Oh yeah.
So, and the kids loved it, but I was like, good Lord, it's like, you know, you could just see forever.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize how much nature conservation Disney actually does on their property.
Oh yeah.
That was one thing that I kept trying to explain to people. I go, yeah, sure, we're opening hotels, but if you take a look at it from the helicopter tour from the balloon, because this was before Riviera and the Skyliner were open, I was like, it's green. The entire area is just covered in trees. And that was by design, that we would not destroy the environment to make a resort. That was that was always part of the plan.
And that's one of my favorite things about it too, is they're doing animal conservation, they're doing, you know, just all kinds of conservation, you know, because once you start tearing down trees, those animals are going to go somewhere, and I don't think you want to see a gator in your resort hotel room. I don't. That does not sound like fun.
Are you sure? No alligator wrestling for Leah?
No thanks. I'm good. I'm good with seeing them outside, but I don't want them near me.
Yeah, the other thing that Disney does, food specific, is all the hydroponic study and stuff like that they do at Epcot. That's also a really
cool thing.
Really cool thing too. I mean, not giving advertisement space to Disney, but you know they do their due diligence.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. And I like the hydroponic and the aquaponics and the all the ponics.
Well, they actually did a lot of work to make it much more accessible for every other person to get involved in that. So I mean, there's that. It's a knowledge base. You know, you can go off of the work that was done there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool thing. That's why we like riding the little boat ride, the land. We like that one.
Okay, so it's about that time. We're at like 30 minutes, so I think we're good here. So everybody, Homemade by LaLa, you if you are outside of the immediate Claremont Davenport area, there are certain things she won't ship, but for the most part, most of her stuff can ship. So if you are anywhere else, you actually absolutely feel free to give her a shout out and try and get some fresh baked goods. She does a good job. I know from personal experience.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. I also just did a new menu drop for this week. So the orders from that are due on Monday. So.
Yeah, it's eggnog bread.
Mm-hmm. Eggnog bread and banana bread and hot chocolate mix. It's a little bit limited just because I'm running out of time to prepare for a Christmas show that I have in like a week and a half. And so I'm running out of time because it was a long way away, last month. It's not a long way away
anymore. Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Those things catch up on you.
Jeez. So, and it's a 4-day event. So,
Wow.
yeah. So I got to have a lot of stuff. So, but it'll be fun. It'll absolutely be fun.
And get you out there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I'm all about trying new places. So, we'll see if Melbourne is a good place. So,
Yeah.
I know nothing about it. So,
you remember that really skinny chef, really skinny front of house manager with the blonde hair that we used to work with? He's from there.
Okay.
He's like 5'3", and he was like this thin.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, he lives over there.
Okay. Alrighty. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be a fun time. There's gonna be lots of different vendors there, so I'm excited to see what all shows up.
Yeah, you gotta make Brendan man the stand so you can go and shop, right?
Yeah. So if he even gets to come with me, so he finally got his call back.
Oh, that's good.
So he'll be going back. He starts Sunday. So.
Do you know where he's going yet?
Magic Kingdom to Crystal Palace.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. So yeah, everything's going well.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So I think this was a good one. It was successful. Thank you for being the guinea pig in the test.
Of course.
I appreciate it. This will be up on the network, my own Facebook page, and on YouTube. So I will, whore the crap out of it and make sure everyone sees it.
Awesome. Sounds good.
And definitely, like I said before, look up Homemade by LaLa. She makes really good food. All right. Have a great night, Lela, and stay safe, everybody.
Good night, my darling.